welcome to this video, and this is the third video of this series, and we have created the Spring Boot application for AWS Lambda. Also, we have created a Spring Boot API. We just need to do some changes in our application which we have created in our last video. So let's get started. Today we will deploy the application on AWS Console, and we will create a Lambda and deploy the application. Okay, so this we will do manually. Later we will create a Terraform scripts for that to do the some automation deployment, and we'll also create API gateway for this Lambda to test our application whether it is working or not. So let's get started. So first we need to make some changes in our last application. We missed something to do. First we need to put a get mapping before the method in our terminal geeks controller. And in the pom.xml we are using Java 11. So I'm using Java 11, so I'll change it as Java 11. So let's build the application, and we will see what else um, we need to change in this application. So for this I've installed easy cell for the Eclipse. If you don't have easy cell, you can go to the path. You can go to properties, open file. So this is terminal geeks. You can open the uh, open the terminal tab at a folder, and here you can say maven clean install. So we are getting some errors inside this. So what it is saying, like, class file has wrong version 61 and it should be 55. So that means this is somehow taking Java 17, but 55 means Java 11 is required. Should be 55. So what we did here, we are using Java 11, but we didn't reduce the version of the Spring Boot. So we also need to reduce the version of Spring Boot, because the version I think above 3 is required is Java 17. So I'm going to use the 2.7.8 version, which is taking Java 11. So let me build it now. Okay, so now our application is ready to be deployed, and we'll test it on AWS Lambda. So I hope you guys have created your pre-tier account. So you can log into AWS Console, and after login you have to go to AWS Lambda services. You can search it on the top as well. From the search screen you can just type Lambda, and you will see this service here. So create a function. We are doing it manually. Later we will create Terraform script for that. Terminal geeks Lambda. I'm using Java 17 here. Sorry, Java 11 here. Architecture will be same. The permission and the execution role will be like, I'll create a new role for the basic Lambda permissions. Okay, so this is IAM role. Okay, so I'll create function. So function is created, and when you go to the configuration, you see the general configuration. The timeout is 15 seconds. Means when this application should start in 15 second, or the application is going to be in sleep mode after 15 seconds. So this should be increases, I think. And the max timeout value is 15 minute. So we can't increase the value after 15 minutes. So we'll configure it later. First we will deploy and test. We have some permission. So the role we have created, the new role we have created for this Lambda is this. When you click on this, it will open a IAM console, and here you can see the permissions policies attached with this IAM role. So this is a AWS Lambda basic execution. So this is only going to execute the Lambda, and this is not going to use any other services in the AWS services. So um, I will show it later how we can add more policies and how we can call other services. Okay, so that's it for now. Let's deploy our application. We have built our application. We can upload it directly from our local zip or jar, and also we can upload it to S3 bucket, and we can give the S3 bucket location. We can give the S3 bucket link URL here, and it will be deployed. So for now I am using the local zip file or jar file. My application is in jar file. Okay, so this is my application. So we are deploying our application manually here. Once it is deployed, we will create API gateways. Okay, so here we will create a REST API. This will be new API. So terminal geeks API gateway. API should be regional. Okay, so this is created. Now create our resource. We are going to create a resource here, and what it is showing, proxy resource handle request for all sub resources. To create a proxy resource, use a path parameter that ends with a plus sign. For example, proxy plus. Okay, so uh, okay, we are not going to use proxy here. We are going to use resource ID and plus. Also creating this resource ID because let's say if our controller has some path variable or any other uh, parameter, so it can take like this. Okay, so that's why we use a resource ID here. Okay, if it is not there, then it will considered as a blank, but if it is there, then it will consider any dynamic path variable. And this course option should be enabled when we call this API from any UI like React or Angular or any other um, HTML JavaScript. Okay, so for now I'm not enabling this. I'm creating resource has been created. Now we have to create our stage and deploy the application. So let me deploy and create resource at the same time. So here when we click on deploy, we can choose a new stage will be like dev environment. I'm deploying this. Okay, so our HTTP does not contains any method. Okay, we have to create a method here. So this is our resource. I'm creating a method, and this method should be a get method because my REST API is having my REST controller having only one method, that is get method, and later we can create more methods. This is our lambda, so we have two lambdas, but our lambda is terminal geeks. The integration timeout will be max. I'm this is default timeout. Okay, so this is the max timeout. I mean, after 29 seconds, if the result does not come, then it will be timeout. So make sure when you create any API in the Lambda, in your application, it should not take more than 29 seconds. So otherwise it will not give any result. Okay, it will be timeout always. So the matter request setting is like when you want to create any authorization for that, any API key you required. So for now, I'm not using this authorization and API keys. The REST API contains any method. Okay, so this is the get method is created now. Now we can deploy our application. So new stage dev. Now our application is deployed. You can get the invoke URL here. Now open your Postman. Okay, so this is your base URL. Now your API is, when you go on a Spring Boot application and controller, your API is slash and test. Okay, so just push slash and test and hit the send button. Okay, this is internal server URL. So we can monitor our application in the cloud watch what's going wrong with this. So go to AWS Lambda and view CloudWatch. Okay, so this is the group. This is our log group for the Lambda, and this is the log which is created just now. Class not found. Okay, so this one more thing we need to configure in the Lambda is we have to configure our stream Lambda handler class. Um, so this application should invokes from this class. Okay, so what this Lambda is doing right now, when you go on code, the Lambda is searching for example hello and handle request method. Okay, but we don't have this package and this class. So we need to give our package name and our class name in this section here. So our package name is geeks terminal handler dot, and our class name is stream lambda handler, and the method will be same because we are also using the handle request method. Okay, so that is fine for now. So let's save this. Now this application invokes this method, and when the API gateway comes, when we hit the postman through API gateway, then API gateway gives the request from here of our Spring Boot app. This class will be loaded. When this class will be loaded, this static method will be started and our Spring Boot application will be started. Okay, and then the API gateway uh, just comes here and do the handle request, and handle request gives the hit the request to this controller and gives the response. Let's check this application for now. Okay, success. So we are getting the success here, and I think this Spring Boot application is working fine now. So what we can now do, we can deploy this application through the Terraform, right? So we'll create a Terraform in the next video because this application is working fine now. So testing is successful. So section 1 is, I think chapter 1 is completed for the manual purpose, but for the Terraform, it is still pending. So in the next video, we'll cover the Terraform scripts, and we'll complete our chapter 1 in the third video, or in the fourth video, you can say, in the series. Thank you so much guys for the watching. Please do like, subscribe and share this video if you find it useful. Thank you so much.